Yeah, that Birdman, right? Oh, nah, it's cold in here. My hands are cold. So in today's video, I'm gonna finally give you guys the MR12 video. I know I promised it 2 weeks ago, but stuff happened. So today you're gonna get the MR12 results finally, and then I'm also gonna have him do 5th gear pulls as well, because you guys know, if you watch my channel, we always do 4th gear pulls. So we're gonna do 5th gear just so you guys can have something to compare. Also remember, this bike is still restricted. Still restricted through the ECU. The power still falls off around 11,600 RPMs. So the power that it's making it with a restricted ECU at 11,600 RPM, okay? So watch the video, watch the whole video, and then tell me what you think at the end. And just remember that, okay? Remember, the bike is still restricted. I'll be back when you guys finish watching. If you don't watch it all, I'm gonna know you didn't watch it. YouTube tell me, okay? So you better watch all of it.
You know, something that I noticed with Ricardo's dyno is consistently that the temperature and humidities are basically the same. You know, I noticed that lately when we come in here, I guess maybe the season, but the temperature and humidity are almost identical when we come in here. And that's probably the best thing about dynoing in here, is having that consistency. Because then whenever you compare numbers, you don't got to say, oh, well, it was colder.
No, yeah, that's one good thing, because so even if we have like the main door over there, which is open and it closes, the dyno, like the way it's set up, it tends to be like on, you know, keep the temperatures. Yeah. Obviously, if the temperature outside changes a lot, then you see the difference here as well. Especially when the fans kick in, that is like it's drawing all the air from the building and from outside. It will start making changes.
Yeah. Yo, you know what you should let me do after you get done? Let me blow on your sensor while you do a pull. Pause.
We actually can.
Just to show how it affects it, if you do that.
I can grab this sensor. I can put it close to a heat source right here. I'm gonna leave the guy here, and then we change the sensor. You're gonna see the numbers like swoop.
Yeah, because I wanna see like how much of a difference it makes, and then that way you can show people like, look, if you're comparing, you need to see the temperature too, because if somebody's got their stuff in a hotter location, yeah, they probably make a higher number. If it's at a colder location, maybe it makes less, who knows?
Definitely.
But at least you can tell, like, this is why it's doing that. What do you think it's gonna make?
Huh?
What do you think it's gonna do? I said 196.
Maybe.
numbers right here. So the 197 is 5th gear pulls, and that was just to compare it to other people that are doing 5th gear pulls as well. So for us, we do, as you can see over here, we do 4th gear. It's 196 with 88, basically 89 foot-pounds of torque. So what we're gonna do now, so I wanted to ask Ricardo if it was possible to show how people can manipulate dynos. And basically the sensor that we talked about last time, so we're gonna manipulate it by putting it towards a heat source basically. And you're gonna see how much of a difference, one, when it changes the temperature up here, but everything else stays the same, how it affects the numbers on the board. How much it's gonna affect it, we don't know because we've never tried it, so this is gonna be the first time. Who knows, it may be 1 horsepower, maybe 10 horsepower, but we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna let Ricardo show y'all exactly what he's gonna do, so that way, you know, as you can see, his sensor is still up here from last time.
Still connected. That's the, you can show the temperature that is where we at right now. So
64.
This is the temperature that we have at this moment on the dyno. And what we did was previously I put the sensor over here close to a heat source, in this case my computer. Hopefully,
just so y'all know, that's not connected. He's got it.
Yeah, he
right
just
there.
took it off.
Yeah,
This only have like a little magnet, so I just stick it in here for a little bit. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug my sensor. I'm gonna plug my backup, because this is an older one that I kept it as a backup, because this, you know, wears out with the time. So I'm gonna unplug this one. It's not even easy to unplug this thing. Okay, so now it's plugged.
You see the light on it?
Yeah, the temperatures went up at least. Yeah. So you guys can see the last pull that I did, the maximum temperature reached it was 62 degrees and humidity was at 19. And now we have all these variations. And now I'm gonna do a pull under these conditions. Nothing changed besides the sensor. We didn't change nothing, absolutely. Let's see how we can fool the dyno.
Alright, so just for explanation, we got, this is the pull in 4th gear. These two are 5th gear. This is before we did the sensor test. So we moved the sensor and got the temperature to change. It went up 10 degrees. The humidity pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah, this one is 4th gear.
Yeah, that's 4th, and these two are 5th.
These two is 5th gear, and these 3 in a row, this 198 are 5th gear with a sensor reading high temperature, and this one was on 4th gear to test as well. So we can see that adding a little bit more temperature and less humidity, like trying to fool the system, that's where you can gain like 1-2 horsepower depending how extreme it is, but it's difficult to duplicate that. So you guys can see the maximum temperature readed when we were trying to fool the system was 74 degrees, which is impossible because we are in the middle of the winter, and humidity was 14. Now I plug it back, my regular sensor, where it's located right now, and as we can see, it's 64 with 18. And the reason why it's 64 degrees inside of this room, it's because the bike is hot and it's generating temperature. So right here, right now, you guys can hear the fan.
Yeah, 213.
So like right now, we are nice and hot.
So is it on the dyno? Is it any other way for somebody to manipulate the numbers?
No.
So
there is no
increasing load, decreasing load, anything, none of that.
There is nothing that we can physically do. And that is a question that is being made several times, and the actual owner of the company, Dynojet, already wrote an article about that. There's no way to manipulate that.
Well,
if a dyno is reading wrong or like off, it needs to be a problem, or the units where the conditions where the dyno room, maybe the air is not working properly, stuff like that, that can cause, because the bike is actually not performing the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. So my guess for 196 was pretty much spot on.
Yes. To be honest with you, I didn't expect that, so it was like a surprise.
You didn't expect it to pick up no more because of where it's picking up at, right?
Exactly, because the problem is with these bikes, the bike is restricted in several ways. One of them will be the electronic throttle valve. When it reaches 11,000 RPMs, it does not open more.
And you can see on the when you were tuning, you can see how it was in the 100% column, and then it just shot back over.
Yes. You might have that on video. You might show that on the letter for the guys can see. So when you reach here, the bike dips.
Come. Okay. So you watched the video, right? Did you watch the whole video? You know what? Probably like 70% of y'all didn't. Y'all just skipped to the numbers. I know you did. That's fine. But what do you think? Are you surprised by what you saw? Are you impressed by what you saw? Me, I'm not surprised because of where the bike started and the mods we did. You can kind of figure out like how much you should gain. But I am impressed because of where the bike made the power at. 196 horsepower at 11,600 RPMs on this restricted 2021 is pretty impressive. And I think right now that's the highest number that one of these have made on a dyno period. So that's pretty good. And the bike is still restricted. So I know Chris figured out a way to keep his throttle blades open, but I'm not doing that. He didn't flash his ECU. There's no flash available for these bikes. So guys, please stop sending me messages. Stop commenting saying he de-restricted his ECU. He did not, okay? Hold on. Let me get them nice and wet for you so you can read them. Look, read these lips. There is no flash for the ECU on the 2021 Kawasaki ZX10R or RR, okay? Did you got that? Okay. So now with that said, I need y'all to get down in the comment section and let me know what you think about the build so far, and also what you think the bike could be once we get a proper flash and all the other stuff for it. And if you got any questions for me, if it's enough questions, maybe I'll do a Q&A video or something like that. But as far as the bike go for now, that's pretty much all we got until the weather start breaking or flash comes out or I change my mind about the way I want to go with the build. But for now, this is me, Envy King, signing off, and I will see you guys. And I don't know.